We've talked about Java class library. We talked about class method and constructor. We are still going to we are still going to revisit class method and constructor. But right now, we want to talk about GUI, graphical user interface. Graphical user interface. When we are talking about GUI, so all the code you have been written since all these days, you learn how to do this and do that. So it is now time for us to design a UI so that you now connect, you learn about class method and constructor. So you now connect each UI, you can connect a particular action to your method. Maybe you want this method to run when you click this button. You want this method to run when you click this button. So you can do that. So we have a different way to achieve it. One of the ways is using the JavaFX, Java AWT. But mostly this Java AWT it's not that good. It's good because that's what we usually use. But look and feel, it's not looking standard compared to what we have now. Because with your JavaFX you can build something like what do we call it? You can make a good design that will even have a better UI like your Zoom, like Facebook Manager, the desktop. You understand? So we are going there. Okay, so there is what we call material design. Google Google brought up this material design and everybody has been using it. And when you look at material design, it make everything look slim. It make your UI look slim. So when you check online, when you check for material design, because the essence of the Java Excel is for you to make a standard design. Like tomorrow, if we have time, we are going to talk about CSS tomorrow. When we look at the material design make everything look like a normal slate. So and even the text box, you used to see text box that will have a shadow like a four corner, and you see some text box that they will be in form of a line. Like take for example this when you go to gmail.com, when you look at this, if you want to sign in now, this is sample material design, but they make their own material design to have so that the name will come up here. But there are some material design that you only see this line alone, the bottom line, so that anytime you put a cursor there, the text will what float. And look at this button too, is looking like material. So what we are going to do basically is UI design, how we design our UI. And in the process of UI design, we have a couple of things we need to do. The first thing we need to do is let's create a project. We are going to create JavaFX project. But we are not going to create JavaFX app. We are going to create Java XML what application. So let's go with this. So let's call it school app. Let's just call it school app. Okay. I'm still going to. So after this project now, we'll now run it. You will see how it will come out. You can see our school app here. And when you look at this kind of a project, it's a Marvin project. So this is what. So when you are creating JavaFX, we usually have 4 files. The first file is this XML. This is where you write your code. But don't be scared about this. We have what we call SceneBuilder that you can use to build your UI so that it will generate this code. You use a drag and drop, you drag, you drop, you will see it so that it will not generate the code. Now this is the entry point where the main application will start. And look at this. This is the controller. So now for each of your UI, you should always have a controller and the XML file. You have what? Controller, you have what? XML file. So if you decide to run this project now, you just want to run and see. Can you see it now? Say hello what? Hello what? This is just a simple button there. So, but you are going to learn how to design different kind of screen. So when you learn how to design the screen, then we'll now move to how can you connect the screen together. So I'm going to show you all the components of all the screen. You can design something like this, all this, because even when you run your this, you should be able to see. You may decide to expand it, which means you have the tendency to design the same thing like that. So you may decide to put, even when you look at here, you have some icon, you can arrange some icon like this, some menu like this as well. But for easy development, we are going to talk about the component of JavaFX. When we talk about the component, we have a label, a label, a button, drop down, a list, table, image. What else again? You can have menu. What else again? We can say, okay, we can say we have card, but there is a way we have some, let's say, container. We have container. All these container, we use them to hold one or more of this item. We can combine this. So, and we have a text box too, text feed. So we are going to that, but the first thing we need to do is let's download uh, SceneBuilder. Let's download SceneBuilder for Java 8. We are downloading for 64-bit, which I believe. What's your system has 64-bit? So let's download. Why the people that is downloading? Let us introduce you to Java. JavaFX is sweet. I will show you some sample application developed using JavaFX. Okay. And you know this thing, when you build your JavaFX, you can even embed it in such a way that it will be running in a web browser. Yes, so it is cool. Let's try and go through. Look at this. Look at this sample app. Look at it so that you will see some of this thing that has been built with existing project that has been built with JavaFX. So when you look at this, like 20, they were trying to list out like 20. Look at something like this. You can combine different things together. Let's take a look at this. This is just one of the application, though we don't know what this quote monitor, something like this too. It's using a yes, something like trading this thing. The SceneBuilder is one. So look at sample design here. All this thing you build it with JavaFX, but this is not a complete application. If you see a complete application, I equally have some app on my this thing, my system that I built with JavaFX. But the UI may be out of date now. Look at something like this too. All these ones, they are icon. When you click, you see the table, you see some reports. You click record in here, it will show here. So all your code, all the code you've been written, since you learn one thing or the other. So this is where you need to use them. You now need to start thinking like a software developer.
Start thinking like
Look, this one is just trying to show you some of this. So let's proceed. Let's proceed with SceneBuilder. We install the SceneBuilder now. SceneBuilder is cool. And there is something again we need to download. You know, when you are building GUI, you used to see some icon. Maybe when you see a button, you see icon on top of the button. So you need to download the icon pack. Look at it. So you can put your email here to just register. Just put what was that your email? And put your email here. When you enjoy the design, you enjoy it. But you shouldn't use more all your time on the design because you still have other aspects of to learn. Okay. This is open source library. When you look at it,
this is how the application looks like.
yes, look at it. But this one, they don't have enough component. You understand? They don't have enough component. So I'm still going to show you some component and how to add it. Look at it. They group it. We have what? Containers.
Yeah.
So it means that when you pick this, you can put some other item on them. Look at this. We have V what? Box. Vertical box. Anytime you have vertical box, anytime you put item on them, it will always arrange them vertically. We have toolbar. Do you know what we call toolbar? Look at this. This is what? Toolbar. This one is toolbar. This bar. So you now begin to add a menu item on the toolbar if you want to add. I just want to explain all this typing, title. I will explain when we are using it. Text flow, I will explain. Tab. This is when you want to create a tab. I don't know if you understand tab. Let me log into this. Do we have tab? There are some things that you want to do that you will see them, it will arrange them horizontally so that when you click one, the information will show. When you click another one, I just want to show you the example of tab. Uh, let's see frequently asked question. Okay, let's say bootstrap tab example. So that you see example of tabs. W3 school. So if I explain all those things, uh, can you see sample? This is tab menu, but we have what we call tab. Can you see it? So when you click this, the content will show here. When you click it, the content of this one will show. That's what we call tab. I just want to explain all the components of all this, and we have stack pane to arrange items on top of one another. So anytime I drag a stack pane here, you understand? So I should be able to put my item in any position. Do we get it? We are coming to that. You can equally use pane. We have what? Horizontal box. You understand that to align it horizontally. So in a vertical box, you can have a vertical box. Now have horizontal box. Put some items under the horizontal box so that those items will come like this. So you can have as many horizontal box as possible in the vertical box. And it's equally possible when you have your horizontal box to put a vertical box. Maybe you want to put some item on there. So it now depends on your this flow too on a straight line. This grid pane is equally good. You are going to see how we are going to use all of them. You know the meaning of this accordion panel? So let's go to, I think we have it here. I will show you the example of accordion. Maybe we have it here. We are still going to learn all this one. We show that, it's just that we don't know the name. It's, I think we have it on slide. Yes, this is it. Can you see it? This is what we call accordion panel. That is what they are referring to. So in case you want to create something like that, you need to put a component, a container, before you now begin to add what? Item. Do you understand it? Okay. See, if you put it here, we are going to learn them one after the other. Can you see it? We may decide to now put some item under here. Can you do you understand what we are doing? We are coming there. Oh. I just want to give you a rough sketch, just to trying to explain everything. So if you preview this, do you understand? Because you may have some records here. So and even this title you can change it. This thing is flexible, you understand? You can come here, change it. Let's say okay, library automation, anything pertaining to library automation goes there. Registration form, anything. Java, okay. Do you get it? You understand this component, what this component? I just want to. Meanwhile, I will still going to explain every other aspect of. So that is what container. Container, in the container you can put some other item on them. But all these controls, how many controls do we have? Sorry. We have button, we have checkbox. You know checkbox now. That a checkbox you can pick as many as possible. We have choice box, which we are going to demonstrate. So let me clean this. So but we still have some other libraries that we can add to it. So let's go to what we call JavaFX. Look at the JPhonics for Java 8. You can download it. You know the meaning of this JPhonics? This JPhonics give you the material design. Look at it. You know we have some component. Look at the number of components we have here. So the essence of using that JPhonics is for us to have more components. So manually add this. So let me go to our download folder and put JPhonics. Open it so that it will give us more components. I don't know if you people get it. Can you see we have what badge? Do you know the meaning of this badge? When you are working, when you log into your email, do you see some kind of notification that will say, okay, maybe two you receive 2 or 3 small that should be a red color, something like this, so that when you click it, yes, that's what we call badge. This one, look at it. You need to learn how to use every one of them, everything here. So you can import the component. Can you see now that they are under the what? Custom. They are coming there. So when you look at this, you may decide to open this in that SceneBuilder. Go here, open. Where is that your notebook? That's school app, right? See it. No, we have one button there. So let's increase this guy. Let's increase this what? Guys. So let's begin. So if you want to do something like this, I just want to introduce us. Let's first look at this all this control. We take them one after the other. Look at it. So you should play around it, play with it, play with it. Look at this. We have how many buttons there? Look at this button. So that here, this button, you can come in and say, okay, log in. You change the what? The font size here. You understand? Change it to anything. You understand? This one, I don't need to stress myself. Then fill with which color. And if you want something like this, can you see it? So make a good design. I will not teach you how to design. I will only introduce you to all the components. So it is now left for you to combine the design. So you may decide to say, okay, uh, style. We are coming here. You understand? Background color. You can say blue. Can I say? Do you get what we are saying? Background color, you can say what? Blue. Text field, I can say okay. FFF means white. You understand? Look at this button. Come here. You can see this button too. This button is more, you can say it is raised. You can say refill. Let's fill it with the same color. Look, when you need material color online, you can say okay, Android material color generator. Because when you need colors online, you want to use some kind of nice color. So it is better you come online so that you get a color. Yeah. Where? Okay, it's this one. Ah, no, not this one. I want to. Okay, it's this one. So you can pick any color here. You get it. Pick a color here. We want to make this color to be what? We want to change the background color of this one. So you see all this one, you collapse, you come here. Can you see it? You come here. So let's scroll down and say background color. You can give it this. Then you need to put hash, then paste that code there. Can you see? So you can come under the text color here, fill here. Let's change it to white so that you see it. F. Let's see. Test. Sign up. Okay, this ripple fill. Do you know the meaning of ripple fill? Ripple fill is the sense that, look at it. When you click it, you see some kind of color at here. See, this one, you prefer most of this because that anything that starts with JFX, they are material. Can you see it? So that is essence of it. That's ripple fill. Then you may come and say, okay, you want a color of maybe white for it. So, and if you like, you increase the font size to like you change the whole stuff, do and this. So you can position it anywhere you want. Like, you are okay with this one, right? Now let's look at the checkbox here. You can put come to your checkbox, give it a text. Let's say biology. Okay, before I can come here under this control. Do you know what? Even when you don't want to, just search something. Choose subjects combinations. So you can design. I don't have to explain this one again because I've explained before. The same color property you can apply here. Do you get it? And you may decide to increase the font size. So this one, so you check box, You now pick, is it this or this you want? But once you just pick one, you pick one, let's see how it will look like. Can you see it? Can you see it? So if you don't like that color, you may change it to what? Something else. Checked color. Can you see checked color? So that at the end, you now duplicate it. When you design one and you are okay with it, just change the name. Use your cursor to move. You can move up.
You can also align by yourself.
No, you say you are doing drag and drop.
Okay.
When you want to align, you see that it is aligned. You change the name. Duplicate as many as you want. We are okay with that. Radio, look at this. If you like use the old one, use this one. Try all of them. Put them. Can you see it? Change it. You can say, okay, maybe you should choose your gender. This one, I can duplicate it. And move here. So, select what? Here, look at this. Yeah. You can do your style. You understand? So let me tell you something now. Look at this. When you click the two will be clicked together.
Okay.
Meanwhile, they are not, so it's only one you should be able to select. So you put them under the same group. Look at it. So you should have a toggle group. Can you see toggle button group? You're supposed to put them under the button group. Or you create it. But we are coming to that. It's just for you to familiar yourself. Look at date picker. You see, we are picking all these things now. We've not run it to. And also all of you like this stage now. Nice it. So you may decide to choose your format. You are just trying to preview it. You may decide to set format, set the same CSS we are trying to set there. You can say, okay, do what B. Can you see? So with what we have here, you can say, okay, label float. Let's try and preview it. But we don't want this. You see that it's still, but notwithstanding, when you put, you say overlay. Let's preview. You pick anything to replace it. You understand? So what have we not talked about? We've not talked about this. Let's try and pick this. Maybe you need color picker. I don't even know. It's been long I use this color picker. Okay, we are still going to. Oh, it's true. So let's pick this combo box. Just let's say combo box. I don't know if you understand combo box. Um, let's say okay, department. So you get it. So that you can select from the drop down. That's what we call combo box. So the item, you can populate the item from your design. You understand? But there is a way to populate the item here too. Let's see code. You can populate the item from your design. You understand? Do you get it?
No, sir. You are getting there.
From this, I mean from the code, you can populate the item. So it will now reflect there when you load it. Look at your FX here. You see now, if we save this FX now, you see that this code, it will generate all this code again.
Code for that design.
Yes, now for that design. So that you won't have to generate, you just come and run.
Same
So
with that. Yes.
let's see color. Let's try and pick a color here. Don't know what you call it. Select what? Color. We save it and run. You see now. Can you see it? Maybe you want them to pick a color. So that when you pick this color, you can change it to background of your design. We are coming to that. But these are just components that are very useful. Hamburger, we are coming to hamburger. Now JF the drawer, we are coming to that. Navigation drawer. All these jet password. Let me just introduce. Oh, sorry. Let me introduce this. Hmm. Let's use something. Let's say password. You know, it's password field we choose. You understand? Password. Don't let us enter anything here. So that you will see now when we run it. You see it. So you see this color, focus color. You may decide to change it to the same color of this guy. Copy this one. Click here. Go to this focus color. Put your color here. You understand? So that when you preview it again, so that it will match with what you have. Even on this one, you change it again. Do you get it? So, but there is something again. Look at it. You come here. You can say, okay, let the label to what? Float. Right? So that when you put it, do you get it? So we are coming to this reply class, radio button. I think we've choose radio button, right?
Yes.
This all this one tapping, we are coming to that. It's going to be another class I'm going to take. So look at this text area. Increase your screen so that and if you don't like material design text area, you can use another text area. Do you get it? Because I've been picking material design now. So that you shouldn't think that let's try and reduce it. So you can equally make the label to what? Float. Comment. So let's see it. Everybody will be busy now. This blah 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 blah. If you don't like this one, you can choose a text area. Choose this one. Can you see it? If it is this one you like instead of that. Do we understand what we are doing? Okay. I'm just trying to pick. What else again that, okay, text feed. You pick this. You can say, okay, text feed. You can use this. You can use this. This one is for mobile. You know, you can build your mobile app using this stuff too. We are coming to that. You have a lot of things to learn. You can put your, let's say, okay, username. Let's say, okay, first what name, right? You know, this ripple color we put that time. You can change it so that you have the same color, right? Duplicate. That's me. You didn't ask any question. Okay, because we have text here. You didn't ask question. You see all these components, how do you get them? How do you access them from your text box? I'm going to stop here now and show you how to access them from your text box. I mean, from your class. So what you need to do now is, you do what? You save. Do you get it? So each of them now, you now come to here, code, give them ID, first what? Name. That is the identifier. Because every of your components must have what? Identifier. So that you'll be able to get access to them. This one is what? Last name. This one is what? So two element must not have the same what? Identifier. So we can move this young man from here. You see why how it is easy to do your design. And most our sign up. Then, okay, you can see what?
Sign up. It's clicking on sign up.
So this one you can see what?
Password.
Password. If you like, create another one, say confirm passwords, move this one down. What I just want to note that you give them a name
Identifier.
so that you access, you be able to access it.
Can we do one to show the password in the box?
Okay, so that to show the password, you can do that so that you have some kind of eye here, and so that you to show the password. Yes, we can do that. Let's go back to this our guy. Can you see now that it has generated the code? Do you know why we are now having this issue? You need to go to your library here. Add library here. Where do we have that? I think it's on that download. It is this man that we added. So immediately you add the library, that error will go. So you can as well run your this thing again.
So we don't need to write code manually. It will automatically bring them.
Yes, it will generate. Now you have your program in place.
So
Do you get it?
There's no impersonation of ID card now.
Okay, let me go there now. Add the identifier to there. This one is what? You can say bio if you like. You say biology. This one is what?
understand your.
Okay.
I don't understand your version.
This one is what? Let's call this one comment. Okay, none of you, you've not asked question. How do you get anything you input into these fields? Now, when you look at your code, you see we have controller here. And this label, we don't have this label again. Do you get it? This is what we call controller. This is your view. You understand? This is the one that will be controlling the code. So all those text feed, you need to create them here. As you have them here, you need to create them here, give them identifier. But thank God you don't need to create. We have a way of getting all the code from here. What is happening?
Loading.
Okay. Now look at this. Do you see it? Reg, let's say reg. Okay. Let's say save
Which one are you looking for?
record.
Yeah?
Look at it. I click on this sign up.
Yeah.
Look at it. You see on actions.
Action.
This on action means that when you click this, this is the method that will be called. You understand? You are going to see how we call how we will do the method now. When you come to under this, there is something we call sample what? Skeleton. But another thing is you can come here, you say make what? So all your code will just appear here.
Those are the identifiers.
Yes, you can say string. Change it to string because maybe you want to pass string there. So anything you want to initialize at program startup, you put them here. So I can say, okay, department dot. You see, how do you see the same way we have been working to get all the method under a particular class? All this one they are classes. So if you want to get a method under this guy, you say dot what? Can you see it? Though I forgot how to hide the element to it, but we'll check it. Do you get it? Now do you see our method save? So that save record is mapped to what? This button. So let's see whether it is mapped to it. Let's say system.out.printing. Let's just print something. You click me. Right? Do you get it? Let's run it. Can you see it? It means that that method is connected to this one. Okay. The next thing is this. Yes.
Can we have more than one method for that?
Why not? You can have as many as possible based on your. Sure, you can have as many sign up as possible. You may even say attach action to this. Look at all the actions. Let me explain some actions to you. On drag down, on drag. When you drag it, you may allow people to drag it from your code when you run it. Maybe you want some things to happen when they drag it. I don't know if you understand.
Yes.
If I hold down this shift, if I drag, but dragging is not allowed for now. If you decide to drag, maybe you want some action to occur. Look at on mouse enter, on mouse over. Look at this. Let's type this. On mouse what? Enter. On mouse what? Over. Let's attach this. Show me. So we save. You come. You know there is no method save. Show me here. You now see make what? Can you see it? Show me. I just want to show you. You put mouse on what? On me, right? You get it? I'm just trying to show you some stuff. Is it this one will connect? When you over the mouse on it, it's supposed to print that. So, but now it's it is working. Honestly, it is working fine. So at times we need to recompile here for it to take effect. Now run. Let's see whether it will take effect, and if it does not, it's supposed to show that you put something on it when you put the mouse on it, because this one is connected to this. Okay, is mouse drag event, not mouse over. Maybe we made mistake. You understand? You can put where is it? Okay, mouse drag over, mouse drop, mouse drag enter, on key press on this. You can look at it, or mouse click, or mouse move, or mouse exited, or mouse release. You understand? Those are the, it's not up to 1 hour yet. Now, how do you get access to all this? Let's assume that I want to submit my form. Each of them has a method to get whatever you enter into them. This first name, this what, this password. So assuming now that when I click this, I can say string f name is equal to what? First name dot get text. String l name is equal to what? Last name dot what? Get text. String comment. You know you have one comment. Com is equal to comment dot get text. You now begin. Maybe you want to validate it. If f name is empty, do your validation. If this, do your this. If this,
So
do your this. That is when all those codes do now comes in place. But for now, we just want to print out so that you see that whatever you enter, first name plus what? F name. You can save them dot what? To uppercase. N name dot what? To uppercase.
I want to make it capital.
Yes, we are changing it to capital. I'm just showing you that you've converted it to what, string now. All the method was string
Will be used.
yes. So it is now time for you to think like developer. You can say to uppercase or to lowercase. So let's enter, let's run. We are going to stop after this one.
These are the events under save record.
No, I say okay. I can put something here. This is great improvement so far. So when you click this, can you see it? Do you understand this? So as time goes on, we continue developing, then we'll now collect all these things and put it into database. So that when you launch your application, we'll retrieve from database, put it on the app. So we are going to stop here. So you people should watch the video. I don't know when we'll be having another talk.